Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Mohal Banker, and in this educational video I'm going to talk about the pelvic AV malformation. So pelvic AV malformation is a relatively tricky disease because of its situation into the pelvic region. If the malformation into the extremities, either in lower limb or into the upper limb, then it is directly accessible with the needle puncture. But in pelvic region, it is relatively difficult to puncture directly into the AV malformation. So that's why it becomes little bit tricky. And in pelvic AV malformation, there are three main vessels which can participate into this formation of the AV malformation: median sacral artery, inferior mesenteric artery, and internal iliac artery. Depending on which dominant artery participating into this formation of AV malformation, and which branch is dominantly involved in this lesion, symptom arises according to it. So if the malformation is more on the buttock region, then the symptom is more near the buttock. If it is more near the perineum, then the symptoms are more near the perineum. So according to that, symptoms arises. Now for treating the any kind of malformation, it is very important to define the nidus. Nidus is an area within the AV malformation which carries these embryological cells within the malformation, and it has a very high potential for growth. And for permanent long-term results for treatment of any kind of malformation, it is very important to destroy such nidus cell. So for this, first we have to define the type of nidus, and for the typing of the nidus, EX classification is very useful. Now most of the time for pelvic AV malformation, type 3A AVM is very common. In this type, there is a multiple arterial feeders to that malformation, but there is a single dilated dominant vein. So there is a single draining dominant vein, which makes our job very easy. So what we have to do it? We have to target this dominant draining vein from the transvenous side, or maybe if possible then directly puncture this vein, filled up this vein with the multiple coils, wires. So what happen if you obstruct this draining vein, then this high flow vascular malformation becomes a low flow vascular malformation, and then you inject the ethanol from transvenous side. So what happened if we don't do it? Then there is a high flow vascular malformation, and if we inject the ethanol, so ethanol will wash out very quickly. So it requires very high dose of ethanol, and you know that if we use more ethanol, then there is a lots of chances of ethanol toxicity. So to reduce it, first we have to convert this high flow vascular malformation to low flow vascular malformation by blocking the dominant draining vein and with the multiple coils. And once we do it, then inject the ethanol within this nidus and destroy the nidus, so this vascular malformation will be cured off. Now let's see the practical case. This patient has a male 30-year and with lower abdominal pain, and there is a classical nidus over here, and you can see there is a single dilated dominant vein over here. Now selective angiography shows there is a feeding main artery is the inferior mesenteric artery, and it gives this drainage to the malformation. At the end of this artery there are multiple tortuous arterioles, and after that this single dilated dominant vein is arising. So our target is this dominant draining vein, put a coil and wires inside it, and then inject the ethanol. It requires 3 sittings, but at the finally you can see the results. So this entire vascular malformation which was previously seen, it is taken care of by these multiple coils and the ethanol. So pelvic AVM is mostly type 3A type of nidus, and it has a dominant draining vein. If we target this dominant draining vein, then pelvic AVM is relatively easy to treat than other vascular malformation. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you enjoy this educational video.